Okay.
So how have things been going?
Uh, Going somewhat. I'm still, I don't know, I haven't seen my son for a while. I'm still, I get headaches and other things, and I don't know, I found out more information because I traveled last year to London and throughout the USA, and I found out I was a targeted individual and I was attacked from a microwave weapon or a direct energy weapon, which cause anxiety or causes weird mental health or itchiness, dryness, all the problems I've been receiving, and any kind of paranoia or any kind of holograms or anything is all from a microwave weapon. And there's like over 100,000 people talking about this. And now I found out about it since last year, which I never even knew about. So that throws a lot more into my case now since I've been studying that. That
How did you find out about that?
um, from I was searching other sites and searching things about me and talking to other people, and there's a whole bunch of people on YouTube, Facebook talking about how people were attacked and they are controlling emotions and putting dreams in people, and it makes people itchy headaches and micro it makes you have burns, itchiness, scabbing, uh, paranoia, any they say it's some kind of effect which it's going around the whole world. Like everybody's talking about it. Like if you look on targeted individual or gang stalking on the internet, it's a big topic right now. It's one of the biggest topics or chosen ones. So it's a pretty big topic, and I did not know. I thought like maybe I just had anxiety or ADHD, but now I found out ADHD is charged from like a cell phone tower or a satellite. The frequency comes into a body and it charges your body. So I got a analyzer which it shows radio and ultrasonic in the air, and I'm positive charge of 13 volts all the time. So that makes my ADHD and makes me talk faster because my protons are firing faster and my body is moving from it. So I'm learning a lot about this microwave weapon. So it's a little bit different. Not many doctors have heard about it. I
And what were
searched,
you saying about the 13?
huh?
You said
13
something about
volts.
the third.
I had 13 volts in my body all the time.
Okay.
So I hook up a reading to my body and I can see 13 volts. I've been to the doctor for it, and I've been to other doctors around the US and even into London, United Kingdom, to see if anybody could shut off this frequency or know how to combat and go against it. There was a company called QU Wave. QU Wave. They say they,
QU wave?
yeah, QU Wave. It's a company. They said they sell a frequency thing that shuts off the frequency, and it's like $1,000. I bought it. It does not shut it off, but they have another. They have like 10 more that says they combat or relieve the anxiety or the effects of it due to other people attacking. So there's companies out there selling it, and they have doctors showing it's more real, and it's known as Hanva syndrome. If you look up Hanva syndrome, it said Bill Clinton talked about it. Joe Biden just did it a month ago that he gave out money to people because they showed that they were actually attacked by these frequencies. And I'm one of the
And
people. I believe I'm
Bill
attacked.
Clinton just gave out money?
No, Bill Clinton in 1996 talked about they were going to shut it down, and Joe Biden just did it a month ago for Hanva syndrome. So I believe I am getting attacked by these frequencies because I've been to doctors, mental health, and other things for ADHD, anxiety, and nobody has answers. But then when I found out it was frequencies, and if I leave cities or if I go to certain areas without technology or do different things and test the frequencies or the mental health is reduced for some reason. So a lot of this stuff is combated, which is all new to me. And it's probably new to you too. I'm sure you haven't heard of it much.
No.
Under your profession, you probably not heard of anybody frequencies controlling mental health or attacked or anything else. But
When you say attacks, what do you mean by that?
attacked. I mean, it's targeted under. If you go to targetedjustice.com, targetedjustice.com is a former NSA government person. It shows microwave burns, and it shows people who have been attacked inside the mine and other things. And if you type in targeted individual or gangstalked on YouTube or the internet, it shows over 1 million pages that causes dreams, paranoia, hallucinogens, anxiety, ADHD, any kind of mental health. And these are former government people that are coming forward. And there's been over 100 cases filed already. So I found out I'm basically a targeted individual now since I've been attacked. It sounds a little weird, but I've been to doctors for my ADHD, anxiety, and with the test results, the spectrum, and when I leave out of certain cities, it goes down for some reason. So it's hard for a doctor to believe all this, but in my knowledge, from a government person coming forward and Illuminati's in all kinds of movies, and they put it in movies how they can do like upload does dreams, and other movies show like they're controlling things, but they haven't said it. And if you look on the back of the dollar bill, there's a diamond sign that shows Illuminati, which is the
Mm-hmm.
Freemasoners, which they say is all conspiracy, but all this conspiracy is coming out because the governments are all trying to group up the world as one. And right now it's 2022. They have to 2029 to group up the world as one because in their conspiracy theory, when Israel was rebuilt for Jesus Christ, they had 80 to 120 years for Jesus Christ to come back to group up the world as one. And in
Mm-hmm.
2028, it's supposed to all happen to 2068. So there's supposed to be a mass civil war, and people are getting controlled, and all the stuff they say from movies will be coming out and everything. So I tracked it to the New World Order and these government people on targeted justice, former government people, and I talked to other people in other cities. They said they're targeted, and the government is targeted them. So I have over a couple hundred people I already talked to, a couple
How
hundred
did you get in touch with these people?
through Facebook and YouTube. And I don't think these people are lying. So that's what I've been doing. So I've been searching all this on a daily influence, and I know there's a couple lawsuits going on with the government right now with this. So Targeted Justice has one. Uh, Your Social Freedom has one. Um, there's a cults one. There's a United Kingdom one. Stop Microwave Weapons, Voicetoskull. I mean, they're all over the world right now with lawsuits. So it's hard to believe. There's a Stop 007. If you go on the internet, she's pretty interesting. She's a doctor, and it shows her making a metal tinfoil thing around her house. Stop 007, she's a doctor, and she sued the United Kingdom government to stop attacking her, and she's actually a doctor. So it's pretty interesting on all these things, and I'm one of the targeted people, or targeted, or gangstalked, or what you say from the Bible, a chosen one that is supposed to go around and tell people about the fair warning of this happening. And for some reason, I lost my kid over this, money, and a lot of my life over this war, which is called the Invisible War. So if you go to talk to other people, it's talked about the invisible war that is going on.
So when's the last time you saw your son?
Uh, my last time, For supervised visits, last time I saw him, it was in June or May of 2021.
Okay.
It was supervised, but then the supervisor I removed the supervisor in March because she was put in my
In March of last year or this year?
March of 2021. Yeah, because the supervisor was doing too much control and said I had to yell at him and more ground behavior. And she took him in the girls' bathroom, which she's 8, and she said too many beliefs of her or of the other mom on him. So I removed her because I feel I'm not a person that wants to ground people or push people. So I removed her, and then the judge said to my ex that she was pushed. She was yelled at. The judge yelled at her to make my son come to my house. She said no, he can come to his house. And then she said no, I'm not bringing him there. And then my parents were supposed to come here, and then they did. And then we went to my parents' house instead of coming here. And then the next time, she just left the state and she went to North Carolina. And the judge said, no, you have to bring her here. She said, no, I don't need to listen to the judge. And then when she got back, she said, I don't care. I'm too tired to bring him here. And then I never saw my son again. And my ex is a cop informant. If you look at, because you're supposed to do a psych evaluation with the forensics
Mm-hmm.
and the medical thing. So I'll give you look up CCAP or police stations, and I'll give you the hospitals. But under the CCAP for Renee Zychak, it shows she was caught with a quarter pound of weed, and she was charged in 2015. But she was caught in 2013. In 2013, I have the report from the Meg unit. She was caught with a quarter pound and a couple ounces of mushrooms. And they dropped the mushroom charge if she came a cop informant. And they lowered the thing for 2 years. So for 2 years, from 2013, when I was dating Renee Zychak, and I had my kid with her. My kid was born in 2014. She was a cop informant. So she was turning on people and using drugs and turning on people and releasing information to the government, and and she could talk to the family court or the judge and do bias against me. She could show him paperwork and said, I'm working for the government, I need my son. So the judge favored her and did bias, since she is a cop informant, says, hey, I'm busting people. She was allowed to smoke marijuana or do all drugs or bring my son around stuff. So for those 2 years, I was attacked, and then 2015, she was finally charged. But they put her on probation where they didn't care, didn't drug test. But then she stayed a cop informant where they call her once in a while and bribe her. And in 2016, I was starting to get my kid under court study. And in 2016, right 1 week before the court study, they attacked me and said I was delusional. They attacked me with the biggest microwave weapon, which is a big projection. The
Who
government.
attacked you?
It would be the Meg unit or Nina police with a microwave weapon, detectives, or Oshkosh police. So they used the microwave weapon, which on 2016, 1 week before my court study, since she was a cop informant, they adjusted my audio, audio in my head by mimics, which mimics means like a copy sound. So they put sound in my head and adjusted holograms, which to doctors are used would be hallucinogens or delusional. They did that for 7 days, where they put sounds and paranoia and delusions and shoved dreams in me in the month of February of 22nd of George Washington's The Rebirth of America, which is also my birthday, which they state
Mm-hmm.
I'm a prophecy child, which I'm targeted because I was born on George Washington's day, which I'm supposed to reborn or try to take advantage of America. So they attacked me to make me purposely lose my kid because I'm supposed to try to make the world aware of this weapon So they are trying to take away everything I know. But they sent holograms, helicopters, noises over my head in February 2016, police, and they tried to say setup in my head, and they possibly had people break in. And they did all these holograms and made my dog go crazy, me moving things. And then my ex, Renee, with my kid came there.
Mm-hmm.
She came there, and I said, "There's people in my house," and I still had audio visions, which is a microwave attack. If you look up microwave or direct energy or physical warfare, they attacked my mind and body, and I had a drug test done. No, there was no drugs in me. Um, they tried to say it was a prescription thing, but the doctors treated. They tried to blame it on a prescription misbalance, but it was really a microwave weapon from a cell phone tower, from a satellite. And then my ex said I held her hostage with my kid, and then I went to the doctor, and then they found out from the cameras in my house and witnesses she lied. So she tried to do a setup on me, which was one of the third setups on me in 2010. Since you're doing a forensics, another girl I dated did a fake uh, accusation against me, and I won it in a jury trial. So the government has been targeting me and using a microwave weapon, and then I won that one, and then she sent me in the hospital saying I held her hostage to my son, and then I won that in the hospital, and they were going to charge me, and then they said it was all fake.
Now, do you have an attorney right now?
No, there is no attorney. I did have an attorney, but I dropped the attorney. There is no court thing going on because they are waiting for this. And I keep on getting targeted from the government and still attacked from a microwave weapon. And during the court trial process, and I had OWI last year. During the court trial for the OWI, they attacked me during the trial and in jail and during my whole court process for my kid
When did you have the OWI?
in 2019, and they finally had the jury trial in 2021, and they attacked
Okay.
me the whole time, which I did not get
Who
the right.
attacked you?
Uh, these people were known. They contacted me even jail, the FBI, the federal, the Meg Unit, DOJ, and investigators. Um, Anybody they have contacted me in there, and I also requested in jail. I requested over 76 pieces of paper for internal affairs and
When
for
were
a
you in
protection
jail?
act.
Was that 2019?
2021. I got pulled over in 2019.
Right. And how long did they give you in jail?
Only 30 days. So they did cruel punishment, and they didn't give me the fair trial. During the fair trial, they attacked me with a microwave weapon, making me not focus, hurting my body with pain, high holograms, attention. During the court trial, they were setting light beams through my eyes and adjusting it on the court thing, which I did not have a fair court, or which I would be deemed incompetent for court, or even for my son's court case since they've been attacking me.
Did
Um,
somebody say you were incompetent for court?
no, I actually had another psych review, and they
Okay.
deemed me competent for the court thing since I knew the court. But the psych evaluation said I was competent, but the judge said I was not fit due to me having paranoia from a microwave weapon or me being attacked from prescriptions. They deemed me not fit to represent myself, even though I was competent. It did not make much sense to me. Um, so they still let me go against the court case by myself, and then they forced me with attorney, which I was still being attacked by this microwave weapon, and by mass dreams, and threats when I was in the court trial process, and for my son, I was getting threats to stop seeing my son.
So who did your psych review?
The county did.
But you don't know who?
No, it was the county. Uh, it's on the CCAP file.
Okay.
They deemed me just fit for a court because I know family court because I
Mm-hmm.
did a criminal justice class. So in 2019 I did a criminal justice class. So then I was deemed fit for court after I took a law class. Before I took a law class, I was not fit for. I was incompetent for any court case due to me being learning disabled, and I did not know any laws before 2019. So I took a law class which made me competent for court, and I was incompetent either way from the microwave weapon. But all for being competent for court, I have to just know laws. Um, and that psych evaluation's there. She diagnosed me with trusting or uh, paranoia, paranoia, anxiety to paranoia, which it builds on anxiety, which is false because she is a county worker. And I found out all these county people and everybody works for the government, and really it is a microwave weapon by frequencies, which they have backdated now, which is known as Hanva syndrome. So instead of me having a paranoia, um, now I believe I am more diagnosed as Hanva syndrome. Hanva syndrome is being attacked from a microwave weapon. So I believe I have Hanva syndrome, which is frequencies and attacked. Because I looked up Hanva syndrome, it's like pain, headaches, nausea, itchiness. I have all the symptoms, and it makes paranoia.
Are you working right now?
No, I work through my own company called Protect You Privacy as a self-employment Protect You Privacy, where I try to do investigations. It's like a donation group. So I do donations, and I try to get myself busy where I investigate this. And this is how I found out.
So, so how many hours a week do you get paid for?
I pay myself through donations, maybe 10 to 20 hours. I got a grant from UWO, $5,000. I was in the business competition, and I won it for privacy and for doing stings or our operations against the government for fighting against corruption. So I won $5,000 fighting against the government for doing sting operations against the government. It's on the internet. Protect Your Privacy, Travi Huss. I got awarded money, and I was in a business competition for privacy and fighting against corruption against the government. And that's why they probably targeted me more too. But I was already targeted. That's how I started the company in 2016. After I was targeted, I made
Right,
my
but
company.
do you make enough money to pay your rent through that?
Yeah, I make enough money to pay my rent.
Okay. When's the last time you worked for someone else?
That's what I do 24/7. There's people calling me all the time saying they're targeted, the police are after
But I
them.
mean, when you worked as an employee for someone else.
It's been 2000, 2019, I believe.
And where were you working then?
Before that, I was working at East Bay. And then I started my own company about 2018, 2019. I went into Protect Your Privacy for private investigations and
And,
sting operations for against the government.
and how long were you at East Bay?
East Bay, I was there for about 4 years.
Okay. Did you work from home or work there?
No, I worked at the business.
Doing what?
I worked in the fraudulent department. I took calls from anybody that did fraud on credit cards, scamming people, any kind of investigations. So I
Okay.
had to send documents or take phone calls from anybody getting scammed or send documents to any government
And are
facility.
you still a student
I am still a student, yep,
at UW Oshkosh?
that is correct. But I dropped way down in hours since
How many classes are you taking?
only like one. It dropped down since of 2000 of 2021 of the summer. After I lost my son, I dramatically got attacked more from this microwave weapon, which is the same thing as COVID. When COVID got me, or you can say the microwave weapon, loss of smell or increase of smell, increase of hearing or loss of hearing, uh, loss of hunger, increase of hunger, loss of smell, loss of taste, increase of taste, um, fidgety or brain fog, depressed memories, or
Mm-hmm.
increased memories, or flashback memories. It all started more in the summer of 2021. It seems like I lost part of my memory from January of 2021 to June 21. Like my memory was depressed, or from November of 2020 to June, it feels like my memory was depressed or major brain fog where I couldn't function it due to COVID, or it was a microwave weapon. And then of June,
Did you have COVID?
I was really sick in November, yeah. And
Okay.
again in April or May of 2021. And in June of 2021, my brain came more active where I was losing more smell or tasting more smell, and increased sight or lose sight, blurred, or increased hearing or loss of hearing, or increased memory. I can remember now since of June of 2021 of some things when I was a child. I can remember the emotion, how it felt, the smell, the taste, and everything exactly of the memory. I
Mm-hmm.
can even pull up the memory in my mind and actually play it back and forth and actually
Now,
taste and smell now since of June of 2021. I can
now since
remember and taste and everything.
since you got out of jail for the OWI, are you
Yep.
on probation or anything?
No, there is no probation.
Okay. And are you seeing a therapist at all?
No, I just go to my family doctor now. I didn't see there was no reason to see a therapist no more since these therapy and these doctors are unequivalent to. I was searching around. I called around all over the whole United States to see who is specialist under a microwave weapon or Hanva syndrome or targeted or frequencies. I even called the military, but they won't take me. The Hanva syndrome patients went to Massachusetts hospital or to the military, and there's a university I think where they're doing research studies on this, but nobody is medical qualified to do therapy or doctors yet for this new syndrome, which has been going on for at least 10 years or 20 years. So nobody is medically qualified yet.
Do you take any medication at all?
I take lorazepam
Okay.
to help the help my anxiety, but I don't have much anxiety. It helps me be more calm since I have ADHD and I'm so charged from the microwave weapon. Um, it is it actually charges me and moves me a lot, so it calms me down. I don't have much anxiety due to now since of June of 2021, my brain has been released of this lost smell and memory loss from COVID or
Mm-hmm.
microwave, since I can replay memories so good in my mind now when I was a child, 6 or 7, or any time in my life where I can remember texture, the smell, the food, the people, the smell in the air, like I'm actually there again. And now it broke my anxiety away where I'm not scared of much of anything in the world no more. It's like broke me free. So I'm not scared of much in the world. Um, and then I actually have an itchy medicine for the microwave weapon. Um, Here, let me go to uh, um, so I take the Razpam. Okay, okay, we got Razpam. We got hydro. Um,
Oh, hydroxyzine?
that's for itchiness because the microwave weapon dries out your skin and makes you itchy. So the doctor gave me that to combat itchiness or microwave burns or itchiness, where they try to get you pick in that. And then I got um, levothyroxine. That's for thyroid.
Thyroid.
Since they mutated my genes and from the frequency, my thyroid level went up. Same with my blood pressure and glucose level has went up, so I have to get a new pill for glucose. Then I got cycloprine.
Cyclobenzaprine.
That is for headaches, for severe headaches from a microwave weapon, where they give you headaches because they say they're God, or if the government doesn't like you doing stuff, they'll give you a headache, or mass frequencies, or they enter through your ear and it gives you bubbles on your brain. So they're exiting through your ear, or brain waves, or frequencies, or any of that can cause mass headaches. Um, and then, okay, so I got that and that. And then I got this one. This combats for nausea.
What is that?
It starts with a C.
Okay.
I just
Promazine?
yep. I just requested that one from my doctor back in 3 months ago because I was taking because I get bad nausea and sick because they make you sick or throw up from all the EMF or radiation. When you get high doses of radiation or EMF, people get nausea or sick or headaches. So I've been getting sick with headaches, which is a sign of radiation or radiation poison. And I had that since 2013. I used to take this right here,
Okay.
um, whatever the Orstron, that to combat EMF or high radiation poisoning, which makes you nausea or sick, which I found out now is radiation. Um, but now they put me on that other stuff to combat because that was trying to fight against this new thing, the microwave weapon, the satellites, the cell phone towers, and I'm waiting for them to pass, which I wrote to the senators, the White House, and these other groups to try to see what's going on. There's groups all over the world for targeted individuals and gang stock vigils and chosen, and these governments all over, like Stop 007. She's a doctor and she went to court, and she's a pretty good reference because she's a doctor. And what doctor actually goes and actually makes, she has over 50 videos on YouTube. If you type in Stop 007, you'll see her videos on there and how crazy it actually gets. She has frequencies and how to protect, and I mean, it's something to study, or other targeted individuals.
Okay. Uh, do you see your parents very often?
No, I haven't seen him since. Last time I seen him was when I was with my son last year. Since of June of 2021, when when I got some of my memory back from COVID and I could remember stuff and smell, or took away smell. I can remember being there 30 years ago, and more things of flashbacks or things in the all kinds of brainstorming or ideas or building schematics or machines or other people. I went traveling through the world. I've been to 30, 40 different states for my business for protect your privacy in the last year. About 40 different states and out of the country one time. Just trying to figure out this targeted, and other people, interviewed people, hanging it off flyers, joining protests, and trying to get involved and warning people of the far coming, and trying to figure out this biggest story in America, which is going to break out pretty soon. So I've been going around investigating it, meeting people, and trying to get people aware of this, and trying to find a doctor or other people that are ready to testify against this, or to be there to go against this.
Are you close with your parents? Do you call them and stuff?
Um, my parents, I haven't talked to them. I'm busy Like I don't involve them much. My parents have
Okay.
their own problems because they're older. Like they're retired and all that, so they
Hmm.
don't like, you know how older people are. They don't like kids and problems. They just like to relax in. And I'm traveling all the time for my business.
What about
Since
friends? Do you
uh,
go out and do things with friends?
I would say my friends are all over the place. Anybody I meet new people in cities every day. So, but you know, any close friends? I don't have any close friends. And when you are part of the invisible war, it's kind of hard to have anybody close. And
Why?
when you're a true TI, a TI is a targeted individual. A true TI, a targeted individual, the first steps is to get rid of friends. The government attacks your credibility. A targeted individual, they attack your credibility, they make you look crazy, or they attack your credibility, take away your money, take away your family, and then they take away your friends, and they attack you by court cases, and they set you up, and they try to take everything away from you. It is a true targeted individual. So they took away they all my money, took my because I had all kinds of money saved in the bank, and they took all kinds of stuff scamming from me, the governments for lawyers or spending or whatever, and they took away my credibility by
How
trying
did they take away your money?
um, by all kinds of attorneys. I probably spent over 50,000 attorneys, and by me
For your son?
for my son and for
Okay.
other court cases, and me going traveling, spending with spread awareness, and them destroying my credibility, trying to say a person has mental health, that destroys a person's credibility. When these doctors and other people don't know the truth, they go to textbooks which the government might have lied or other people don't know the truth, and then they take away, they attack you and make you have pain or nausea or sick by radiation, and they make you stay home because you're sick. If you're sick, loss of smell or COVID, you stay home, and then you lose people, or they actually have cop informants or FBI. They'll call them, or they'll do thought to skull, which changes their process. Thought to skull means is a frequency that hits the brain and changes the thought process, which then changes them to do a different direction. But they also call them with a phone or other things, and they actually call and bribe people to stop hanging out with people, which I have on recordings of some people. I did investigations for my company, Protect Your Privacy. For I had other people that they said they had people in their houses where they try to poison them. They had ghosts chasing after them, which is holograms, and people poisoning people. They had their friends getting bribed or school teachers getting bribed. I've been doing an investigation on this for at least 3 or 4 years from my company against the United States of America and against the group of Illuminati and the New World Order, which I've been going around investigating. So that was part of. That's why I won money from UWO because they thought it was something amazing how I uncovered some of these unrealized truths, like Innocent Man documentary. Two people that got set up on crimes, and they had dreams, and they were never there. They had dreams, which is holograms, which is electric frequency gets sent to the mind, and your head puts out a frequency. It taps into it, which they can put a frequency in through your mind, which makes them look like they're there, and they can put any kind of movie or control it. And these two people got set up on it, and I wrote to Innocent Man, and I told him I can make the same machine, and I have drawings of it, how they make it. And if you type in microwave weapon under the military, there's about three of them making them in the U.S. and the United Kingdom, which they are mass producing. Um, so I broke the case on Innocent Man and wrote to them and told them I figured out how they set up two people, and these two people were set free because of DNA. But nobody knows how they put dreams in people, or they're making drugs look like they have holograms. And the government doesn't like people doing drugs, so when they do drugs, this microwave weapon can increase the effects and cause holograms. If you look up this is the best evidence right here. Look up the movie called The Feed. The Feed is where they send a frequency and they can do a hologram where it's in the person's mind walking around. The Feed is by some kind of security group, and that's what's going to happen in the future. That's what the government has right now. They can send a hologram through people that have drug effects, and I interviewed thousands of people under drugs, and they have the same hallucinogen or the same hologram, which is based on everybody, which is code on satellites and cell phones, which is part of religion. Everybody gets religion when they do drugs, and they get some kind of mass horror or sexual or killing or some kind of weird fantasies, all part of the same thing, which is coded under this microwave weapon, under my investigation.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been helpful.
Yep.
I know that Teresa's going to set up, if it hasn't already, she was going to set up another time with you to do a few things. And we're not charging you for this at all.
Okay.
But, so I just want to make sure that you're aware of that.
Yeah, I already paid for it, I think, last year. So.
Yeah, but I mean, the update, usually we charge for an update, but we're not charging for that. So that is something that we're not charging for.
Okay.
But I need to go now because our time is
Yep.
up.
And you're gonna review like the forensics is any court things or cop calls or any of my hospital, correct? And then
anything I have access to.
Yep, I'll send you that, and then it also says this says if I'm safe or not around my kid, which they want in black and white, which I was safe before all the years before, and I'm around other kids. They just want to make sure when a person's getting attacked from a microwave weapon if they're safe or not. And that's all I need to basically is if I'm safe.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, I'll wait to get those records from you.
Okay, what kind of records do you all need? Just all the hospital?
Yeah.
Okay. And can I just send an authorization for all of them, or?
You can send an authorization unless you have the records.
Okay, I think I have a piece of paper for authorizations for quite a few. I'll send that to you. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right,
Thanks
thank
a
you.
lot.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was a conference for a psych evaluation. I'm sending for the court thing for the lawsuits for right here. There's a whole bunch of lawsuits on there. And I'm sending that psych evaluation to that. And for my kid because they took away my kid because I'm attacking the U.S. And I'm attacking every U.S. state. So, when you attack the United States of America and you attack the states, they will threaten you and they will false imprison your kid. They've been attacking me since I've been coming after them. Okay? They attacked me and they attacked me more. So if you're a targeted individual and you are part of this war, the resistance, because I am the leader of the resistance, and you're a part of this war, the invisible war, I ask you to beware. The government will take away your kids. The government will try to set you up. The government will try to kill you and try to threaten your family and false imprison you in your mind, deep state, capturing you in your mind and activating you like me. And they will threaten you, sexual assault you like they have to me, imprison me in my mind for 2 years now, and they will attack your family, threaten your sons, your kids. When you join this war, you must have family behind you that are believe in this war, believe in you that this weapon, a microwave weapon, and this direct energy or remote neural monitoring is real. If your family does not believe in it, drop your family. Tell them you're done talking to them. If you have friends that don't believe in you, drop those friends. You need people that are part of the resistance, part of this resistance to fight in the invisible war. Because when you join this war with me and you fight against the United States of America and you fight against every freaking government like Russia, China, Europe, Canada, all of them that are part of this new world order, you're going to have to pray. Pray that we all group up. Australia has a whole bunch of resistance. Mexico, United States, Canada. The resistance and the freedom fighters, which freedom fighters are some government people, so beware of these antichrists. These antichrists are false Christ, or false believers in the freedom fighters. They are in our groups. This is a warning. They are in there. So the true resistance, the true fighters, the true chosen ones that have been attacked, the ones that have suffered, the suffering, the ones that have suffered the mass of the Antichrist through all these governments, which is the Antichrist. We have found the Antichrist, and the Antichrist is every government acting like God. They have the microwave weapon that'll make you think the devil is attacking you, or demons. Look at Charles Manson. He thought the devil was attacking him. You know why? That was the government. And then you have people that get attacked in their mind, and then they go to prison because the government sets you up. And then they say, God, Jesus or God finds you in prison or in rehab center and saves you. And that's not Jesus. The devil is the government. The Antichrist is the government. And they're the demons. And then they act like Jesus Christ. And then they act like God. So they set you up, they hurt you and torture you, and then they act like they're saving you. Okay? The government is the Antichrist. They make you fall into deception. Like you're going to fall and believe everything they're saying. Do not believe everything they're saying. Because they will come after you. They will give you money. They will make you sign papers, which they will try to say you're free and all that, but you truly are not free till we take over the world. The resistance and the people are 8 billion strong. 8 billion. If the people know you're getting attacked by dreams, thought to skull, lost of smell, lost of taste, controlling you, overdose, suicide, making us fight against human and human, doing dreams, sexual assaults, every person in prison, they can drive murders, they can drive sexual assaults to go sexual assault somebody. That's the government steering everybody up as the Antichrist, making us attack each other. We are growing the resistance, the people of the world, 8 billion strong. And when the people of the world group up all over in every country, we are going to crush the government all over the world, and the people will actually own the world. The resistance will own the world. And these governments will be shut down. Because we are sick of them attacking us, and they're sick of us setting up our kids and our kids down the line and taking away our freedoms. Our freedoms to the Constitution. I have no freedoms to the Constitution since I was born. I have no freedoms of even beliefs of God. They have stripped down from my body. And soon the world will know that the microwave weapon is real and these governments are attacking us. The year is 2022 and we have 7 years. 7 years before war breaks out in America. 7 years. So prepare and buy, get stuff for your house, and start preparing for food, shelter, plants, anything you can think of, because war is upon us. And if it's not here in America, if they surrender the police and the FBI and the Antichrist in the White House, which is controlling this whole government, and the Antichrist before the Antichrist, and the next Antichrist before the Black Sun happens, and we all get killed. But if we stop this government and we get them to surrender, at least we get them to believe we surrender, and we have captured them and we watch them, this country will not go under war under the 9 states, and it'll be destroyed and changed just like the Bible it says. It will not be America no more. It will be destroyed and changed, and we have caught these people of deception and antichrist, and we have saved this country, and the police and FBI and the antichrist or the White House has done a great good for this country, or the great good of the future of a new country, by surrendering the country and surrendering all the states. So we won't go to war and we won't have poverty here. But again, we still have to pack and still have to prepare for the ending. We still have to get food, prepare nuclear bomb shelters and underground, or go to space. Because it has not ended there, people. This is just the start of the war from now to 2068. It starts here in the 9 states. If we surrender, we stop poverty and food, and we save this people in this land, which we call United States, which will be reborn or changed, become something new. But we save the people if you surrender. Drop your police badges, drop your FBI badges, drop your White House badge, and surrender. Or the White House, which is the Antichrist that is doing this devil's deception on us, needs to surrender or arrest all these states and say maybe the states are the Antichrist, or states that other governments are. But when this country surrenders, we saved at least 40% of America. By the police and FBI in the White House have surrendered this country. They have saved 40%. How much is that? That is about 120 million Americans they have saved and stopped us from hunger. And then to the next level, probably 20 million or 30 million from hunger or pollution. So we're growing to 150 million from this war. But again, if they surrender, we saved 150 million. But it has not stopped there, because this microwave weapon, the code, and these people that want one world, and they have our personal life recorded live from our eyes and our memories. Our memories are recorded live, and they're controlling our emotions. And they could be cloning us in another country. And they're cloning our emotions or attacking us here with cell phones or code or other things in Canada, Mexico, Russia, China. This war has just started, but we have saved our people. And when we saved our people here, it's time for us to march through the world and declare war on these other countries till we get our personal life back and we take away all these satellites, all the cell phone towers, and tell them microwave weapons are not allowed in their country no more. We are going to invade and take over from every country. Or we're going to put regulations on every country after this country surrenders, and we're going to give them a choice. You surrender, these government people, or join us in war to the other countries. Because we are going to war for the next 20 years. And it's not going to stop till this war is done. And the question is, who is going to be done with this world? Is this land, whatever we want to call it, you can call it the United States, you can call it the New America, you can call it stars, whatever you want. This land won't be here. It'll be destroyed by nuclear bombs, and it won't be the land of the free. It has not been the land of the free since the 1900s. If you surrender your police badge and FBI, you can go to jail and still help out in this war. Or you can join and grab a weapon and grab or anything so we can invade countries. So this land and our kids and our future is still here in about 20 years. Or we're all living up in space or nuclear bumpers and we're getting reborn as clones without our memories. Like Blade Runner. No memories are allowed. So you can choose to not drop your badges or surrender and kill our half of our country. And then when we go to war to the other countries with 40% loss of the 9 states, we will lose in this war. We will lose. China and Russia and everybody wants us to attack ourselves. So we lose 40% here. So then we'll be destroyed in the end of this world. And we will not control this world. There will be thought police. There will be no freedoms and no part of religions. So I'm asking you again, if you're in the government, come forward. Say the truth of the government attacking us with these satellites, the microwave weapon, the Washington, D.C., the states. Surrender and save your country. Even if it changes the name and it's destroyed for a reason so we can save the people in this country. Look at the bigger picture. We saved 40%. Now we're going to war with the rest of the world. That 40%, with us going out there, hopefully we only lose 10%. But with the reborn or robots or cloning, we might not even lose 10%. But this is a war for our freedoms for the whole future. We invade or take over, and if we don't take over these microwave weapons or take away our personal lives, which they have all my memories in China and Russia, you want them watching you with sex life, drugs, or whatever you're doing, or making copies? No. Do you want them still controlling us, controlling your kids and the next kids? We are going to war to take away all this. And in the end of this, in 20 years, who will be controlling this? Will it be our country in the end? Even though it's a new name, does it matter our name in this country if it's destroyed? We were born here. We were born from other countries too, our ancestors. And those countries are part of us here too. There's part of us all over. But in the end war, do you want freedoms or no freedoms? And your kids to be tortured and controlled like robots. And this war is going to last for a while. So again, this is Travis Huss sending out these documents. Sending out more documents to do a lawsuit against America. And a lawsuit against all these states. All these states which is already filed. And on August 29th, I'm filing another one against federal, Joe Biden, and U.S. Space Force and many other companies of federal getting paid. I filed one already for the states, and I'm filing more. I filed one under international tort, and I'm trying to file like 20 more lawsuits against all the states. And August 29th, there'll be another one filed in Chicago. And I'm going to try to get the protest filed there for targeted individuals or microwave, which is a TI Day around the world. So I'll be in Chicago, which I've been traveling state to state, being attacked while on properties, being attacked by almost 15 states already in airspace or over or there, which they say it's just a game. We're in a movie. This is helping you. If we attack you, these government people, the FBI, IAC, states, they say we're helping you. We're giving you money. We're going to surrender. Don't worry. We're going to do this. This is deception of the demons. If they would have surrendered, they would have surrendered a year ago. These are all deceptions. Okay? They're acting like they say they will surrender. If they don't surrender, this country will be dead. And China will be in charge. And will be reborn like Blade Runner with no memories. Okay? This is about the final war. And what we do today will impact tomorrow. And people just don't believe it. The government people need to come forward and say what's going on. Other countries will come forward. Other countries are going to come forward pretty soon. Between now, 2022 and 2029. With mass evidence of America attacking us. You know why? America's going to try to block out all the channels. Or the news. They're going to show so much proof of America attacking us in the next 7 years. So we have a civil war here. We're going to have a big civil war here because the government won't surrender. And the people want freedom. So we're going to have a civil war here. And China and Russia have been sending ads here to start up racist religion and all that. It's been tracked. So they're going to send mass feed over here pretty soon of the government attacking us, which leads to civil war, making us weaker. It's a remover for war. When you have world war, the best scenario under world war is to cause chaos in one country to weaken them as people. Okay? And that's what will be happening pretty soon. And nobody cares. So like I said, Even if you buy food, prepare for the ending, seeds and everything. Even if this country surrenders or it doesn't surrender, it goes to the next war. There could be nuclear bombs. There could be pollution. It could be another country that attacks us here. We're in world war, and it's been an invisible war for a long time. But now it's actually going to be out. So prepare for the ending. Start buying stuff and be ready in case the world ends. Because the world could end, or this country could end, and the other countries could be safe. All I know is in prophecy and conspiracy, this country goes through mass war, under a civil war. And with this mass civil war here, we lose 40%, which weakens this country. Okay? It does not say much prophecy about China or Russia losing 50 or 40% of their country. Okay? It's about this country going to war. Because why? If the Antichrist from the Bible has been here and is attacking us and acting like a fake Jesus Christ or a fake God, this Antichrist would place itself way up in the government and is controlling people. And it might not even be the president. It would be somebody hiding, giving orders to our president, or they said the Antichrist would be in